Yes, sir. I have one question.
Yeah, please.
Sir, your talk on this topic was very wonderful, and from the day one, I was waiting for this lecture from your side. How a happy progressive life. So your lecture was wonderful, sir. So thank you very much for sharing such experience on such a general topic. And
Mhm.
you have, I don't know where in which category I feel into the circles, whether aggressive or noble or so what I am thinking about myself, but I think I am somehow between the noble and aggressive. It is all up to my evolution. Maybe some
Okay.
people may evaluate me as a different way. So my question is, sir, see, we are doing our work honestly. We are having thinking of the objectives or life, but we can see in our professional life and personal life also, some people try to disturb you, try to harm you, try to disturb your peace of mind by their behavior or by their actions. How we can deal such people? How we can deal such people in our professional as well as personal life? I understand this is my personal means question, and maybe you can try to clear me this.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting question. Very interesting. It's a very common question. See, the question is that, see, invariably, we come across many people around us who are troublemakers,
Yeah, exactly.
unnecessarily, they make your life uncomfortable, miserable, and so on. Now, if you look into this, my experience and also my knowledge about everything. So, if you look into the different yugas, Kruta Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga, all the four yugas, it's God's wish that He creates such kind of people. We can't have in a world which is homogeneous. It is not possible to have everyone like a Rama or a Lakshmana or something like that. That's not possible. It is God's creation that the human beings uh, that kind of a kind of an attitude and habit as they grow along. But believe me that all of us know that a child, this newly born child, doesn't really have any kind of such quality. So all shades are normal, homogeneous, just like a milk. But as they really grow upon the environment and also the law of karma embedded in genes, drive them. There's some kind of an inspiration trigger them to particular path as they really grow on. Okay, so like that, even in other yugas also, the rakshasas are there, right? The Rakshasas, they created a lot of problem to the people, the deities who are performing homa and other things that we have seen from our epics also, right? So the type of people like the cruel people, the butchers, or the people who create all kind of lines, all kind of varieties of layers exist actually in the society, and this is actually according to law of karma, right? So this law of karma is the main reason that why actually bad things happen to good people. So there was one talk actually long ago that there's a debate that why bad things happen to good people. So in the present
Yeah.
generation, I am doing good, I am fine, I am leading a noble life, I have no problem, but still I suffer from diseases, suffer from the relationships, suffer from professionalisms and so on. Why? So this question was asked actually in the United States of America, why actually bad things happen to good people. So it happened to one particular person called a Jewish priest called Rabbi Kushner. So he was actually a priest, and his main duty was to attend the congregations and then visit the homes of those deceased, give solace and so on. His newly born son, was diagnosed to have a disease called progeria. So according to these characteristics, this child was doomed to grow at a much higher growth rate than the normal rate. So every time this guy who came from this congregation sees son growing and becoming old and old, and ultimately saw that he becoming a wrinkled person with shrinking, body. So he asked the question, why bad things happen to people? Why to me, I am living a godly life, no sin at all. Then he did his level best to explain, wrote a book called Why Bad Things Happen to Good People. So it's the best actually seller actually in the United States during that time. But when you read it actually, it gives rise to more actually questions than it would answer. But ultimately, the Bhagavad Gita here gave an answer to these kind of things. It is called of karma. So if you look into the Bhagavad Gita, there are three types of karmas: then instant karma, delayed karma, and manifested karma. The
Yes.
manifested karma is the answer for your question, that the people surrounding you are hunting you because it is their karma that they are born like that, they are compelled to live like that, that kind of a life. And we are a noble person, and we have also performed certain karma to be encircled by these people, and we have to finish it. There is no other go. And there is a saying that the law of karma also says that the positive and negative will not add. I have done good thing and as I have done some bad thing. So it's not algebraic addition. For every good karma, you must necessarily enjoy a period of delight called Swarga while we are living. And for all bad karma, we need to suffer, must necessarily suffer. There is no other go. So therefore, my understanding, the little understanding of this is that, the God's creation is like that, and there's even in other yugas also they were there. But we're not seeing Rakshasas, but we are seeing Rakshasa characters in our present generation people. I hope that is the answer I have.
Yeah, yeah, sir. Sir, I fully agree with your answer, and I too believer of karma theory. So you have cleared my question, and you have enlightened on this question. So thank you very much, sir. And I hope the karma which in present life or past life what we have done, that all troubles are due to that. Uh, so thank you very much, sir. And that is the karma that we are interacting with you. That means the knowledge you have shared with us. That is also our good karmas, maybe in present life or past life we have. So thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Kailash. Thank you very much. So, any other question? Okay. So I think we'll just summarize the whole idea of whatever we have covered during the last 5 days. We conducted this program for the first time, giving the mathematical emphasis to machine learning, and I want all of you to realize that this machine learning is a black box, and in the sense that we have developed certain architectures and algorithms. The input is basically some kind of a vectors that you are deriving from a given problem, and the output is also a vector. So when we see that the features that are extracted from a given problem, constitutes a huge space. So when we spoke about only small toy problems where we have seen the features extracted from the data sets like iris data set or a wine data set or something like that. But in reality, if you are trying to implement a recommendation system which has n number of features and n such samples are there, like that, I want to invest 10 crore rupees to screen a film movie. Okay, then I want to understand which movie basically I should start planning so that I always have a profit. So it's not going to be an easy system. In such case, we need to have a powerful machine learning architectures, and the same kind of philosophy holds good. The deep learning architecture helps you to really build this kind of recommendation systems. At the same time, the deep learning also suffers some kind of limitations. It's not that it's universal. There are certain research articles in recent times indicating that the deep learning also has limitation. So therefore, research is never complete. And in India, we are not able to really produce high quality mathematical oriented tools and technologies for machine learning. Very few papers are coming, but most of them are basically bound to some kind of usage of tools to derive applications and so on. So we are unable to really make debut in the international publication rating compared to China and South Korea. So in this context, that the future problems that are likely to appear in 21st century are so complex that they can't be solved without a mathematical realization. So in this context, elementary applications of vectors and projection of vectors from one space to another space, and reduction of the data or the feature vectors from one feature space to another feature space, the changes in the characteristics and so on. Ultimately, it's matrix of numbers for the machine, and interpretation is our ability that how we are actually linking them to different kinds of problems. So inside the black box, we brought in integration, differentiation, optimization of functions, calculus-based methods, vector calculus. All these things basically are interwoven inside this tool called neural network, cascaded neural network, and so on. So the model that we started actually in the beginning is a model with full of loss, and ultimately over iterations we want to minimize the loss over a period of time and see that in minimum iterations if we can build a model which is closer to the exact model, in which case the losses are going to be absolutely minimum. So this is our basic idea of evolving the mapping of vectors from one dimension space to another dimension space. So this is the idea that we have given you, a applied kind of a mathematics. I see a large number of participants are coming from mathematics background with PhD. I think there is a huge scope for you to link with computer science faculty and start looking at newer tools. We want to generate new generation of tools better than deep learning architecture and fitting not only hyperplanes in the input space, why not hypersurface using Gaussian. So like that, we need to have more research actually coming from and want to have more realistic applications that we want to give to the rest of the world. So if people are interested in this kind of mathematical oriented applications, our machine learning lab and our faculty members are well poised to deliver even advanced lectures in this area. So your feedback is very important for us. Even critical feedback we welcome from you. Not that we have done all exceedingly well. Definitely there will be limitations. If we can throw light on that, definitely we'll make attempts to improve on it. So if there are any questions related to FDP or the course, now the time is open for next 10 minutes.
Sir, I have a query.
Yes, please.
This is Ajay Parikh from Department of Computer Science, Gujarat Vidyapit. Okay. So I have applied and I have mailed you so many times that my status in Atal is applied, not approved.
Okay. We'll note it down. We'll note it down. We'll note it down and then sort it out. Ajay.
Okay, please. Yes.
Okay. We'll note it down.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. It's a free interaction, so anyone can simply talk to us. No problem. So I assure you that we'll send all the materials, and the video has some noise and other things. We need to clean that because it is posted on YouTube. We want to see that this is free from all kind of disturbances. It takes little time for us to do all kind of pre-processing, and then we'll post it on the YouTube.
Sir,
all of you will be provided with
PPTs, sir? When will we get our PPTs? We are waiting for that.
PPT, yeah, PPT can be shared. We will share the PPT, no problem.
When, sir?
We'll share it, right? Yeah, we'll share it. Any feedback, anyone can give a feedback from amongst you? Because we are recording
All sessions are well planned and it was very nice, sir. It was conducted very beautifully. Thank you so much for all the inputs. Everything is clear. So from the basics you have taken. Whenever we asked question also you have replied correctly. Thank you so much for all the things. Thank you.
Thank you. So introduce yourself and then speak, please.
I am Dr. H.C. from Karunya University, sir. And from Coimbatore.
Yes, please.
Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CIRI, Chennai. I am here as a scientist, and I also take some maths courses for some of our master's PhD students. So this program was an eye-opener in many ways. First of all, I have to compliment you and your team for the wonderful structuring of the various lectures. And I thoroughly enjoyed the pamphlets and the flyers that you were sending the day before. So it provided a context of what the speaker was going to offer and the content, the material. So it set the tone for the lecture, and naturally the speakers took over, and almost all the talks were engrossing, very nicely laid out, and it was a very, very enriching experience. And I should say also I gained new perspectives on many material which I thought I had understood very, very well. For example, if I have to point out yesterday's talk late in the evening on feed-forward neural network.
So this is Dr. K.C. Lachwani.
Yes, please go ahead.
This is Dr. Kailash Lachwani from NITTR Chandigarh. So first of all, I thanks to the organizer for this organizing such a wonderful STC on machine learning with mathematical overview. So I, being from mathematics department, I feel it is a new area where we can do more and more research with new approaches of mathematical techniques and apply application in machine learning. And I have a very good academic learning experience with this STC. So I thanks to all your team as well as you for organizing this STC, and from my side it was wonderful and 100%, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I'm after for so many hours to understand all the concepts.
Madam, can you just repeat this? The voice is bit actually digital. Your voice is not clearly audible.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's
Is
better.
it okay, sir?
Yeah, it's okay now.
The that I have studied regarding the difficulty reduction, SDM and other, it took some time for understanding the concepts personally, but so it gives a good insight for all other participants to learn in a minimal duration. Sir. I felt it's a very good session for all. So the material, if you give means, then only people could understand all the concepts by going through the slides. Thank you so much.
So that's a wonderful talk by Dr. Guru on dimensional reduction. No, he's one of the authority in that area. So the method was actually very good. So projection of the features from one space to another space through different methods. So just giving a lot of examples will make you realize the real importance of dimensional reduction. Thank you. Any participant? Yes, please.
Monica, I would like to thank you for this wonderful workshop. And this experience was, I'm a beginner in this field, and I have no prior knowledge of mathematics and machine learning. So I just started from here, and the workshop helped me to kind of generate so much of interest in this particular field. I feel like, I can now carry on with this field and do good in this field. Thank you so much for, giving me this insight into this field. Thank you, sir.
You are from which university?
One of the state universities of Kashmir called as Islamic University of Science and Technology. And I am working as assistant professor in Department of Computer Science. So this is for the first time I'm jumping in the field of machine learning. Okay. However, I have decided to take this as my research area as well, and I've fixed up a problem in this particular field. But I was searching for various resources where from I can get kind of insight into this field so that I can carry on my research well. So this is the stepping stone. I mean, this workshop became the stepping stone. So thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you for your appreciations. Thank you very much. See, research is basically like a tree. Those of you who are listening, it is just like a tree. And, some people have sown the seed and the tree has grown. And different areas of research in computer science, maybe artificial intelligence is one branch, neural computing is another branch, and, natural language processing is another branch. So like that, people have contributed and, the branch grows. So when you want to do research, you have to sit on the top of the branch, particular branch, and you have to look back. When you look back, you need to understand all the research contributions that really, enable that kind of a growth of a particular branch. So that's called literature review. So choosing a particular topic is important, and also reviewing only the right articles is also very critical. Then, mathematical modeling is the only key for future research. So mere research may not really help you much. So in this direction, probably these lectures probably might really help you. And rest, you can always find a lot of material in the website and literature. So we wish you all the best, madam.
Thank you. I just have a request. If I get these PPTs and video lectures as soon as possible, so that I can work more on these video. Like, I'm not confident I'll be doing good in my test right now. I'm not confident about that because everything was for the first time for me, and getting all this for the first time. However, I did understand. I understood a lot of things, but test or not. But if I get material, I'm sure and I'm going to sit down and learn a bit of it myself. So I wished I could have get it early, so that I could have worked very hard on during these 5 days also. But anyways,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Any other member?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, this is Dr. Parimla from VIT, sir.
Uh-huh.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, it's audible.
Yes, sir. So I would like to first of all thank the organizer of this FTP. Seriously, I'm telling you, like, the people who are good in computer science may be lacking maths, and if they are good in maths, they will have some gap between the maths and the computer science. I think this is one kind of FDP which is filling the research gap between the computer science and mathematics. So I'm very happy that I've attended this FDP. And I would also like to thank all the organizers. And I wish like this kind of similar FDP should be organized again by the same team to just again enhance to the next level of this kind of concept, next level of research. So, and also we would like to really collaborate with you all people, as you said earlier. So it will be very to create a community kind of thing, and we can develop our research also towards the direction of it. So this is what is my feedback, sir, and really I'm happy to be the part of this participant of this FTP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. We will look into that. Thank you.
Okay.
So if there are no participants, shall we close, or anyone is there? Okay, so I profusely thank each one of you. The next, FDP that we want to plan, if Atal, ACT permits us, that it will be implementation of certain well-known research articles with a mathematical explanation and also coding together. So we will implement and show you how to write codes for specific ideas generated by the research community. So this will be a program, and some of the algorithms, we pick up from research articles, make actually familiarize with the research community here, and then implement using Python or any other language like R, and explain to everyone that how you can really code and use it for varieties of research applications. And in advanced level mathematics is also possible when you want to write a research article, how you can really use the mathematical interpretations and so on. So those things are also not actually, disseminated to a larger extent among the community. So we look for such kind of proposals to AICTE. If accepted, we'll be happy to deliver it. So thank you all. And next, Dr. Anand, you just make the next announcement. So thank you very much from here. Good luck to all.
Thank you, Nagbhushan sir. So we will all meet at 3 o'clock as for the test. And I hope that all of you will be giving your feedback via portal, because that is mandatory to get your certificate. So the test will be scheduled online, and link will be sent to all of you, group as well as the mail. Let us know if you have any doubts here and apprehensions for the online test which starts at 3 o'clock today. So there might be 1 or 2 issues, but that's fine. Make yourself available at that time from 3 to 4, 1 hour. It's all our MCQs, or you should not have any trouble doing it. Even if you're traveling, I hope that you should be able to use your mobile phone and then, click on that. There's nothing like you have to just write. It's not a theoretical kind of questions where you have to write. It's all objective type questions. So even if you're traveling, you should be able to do that. So I hope you'll all have a good time, and all the best for your test. Thank you.
Sir, one doubt, sir. How can we know our attendance percentage, sir?
It's conducted. It needs a little bit time. We need to check and then figure out. So I hope if you have attended well, so it shouldn't be any problem for you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Would we still certificate, sir? I'm not sure about doing good in.
No, don't worry. All these. This is not a. The questions are so simple that most of you, or I would say all of you, should be able to answer and get through that certificate point. We are not. We're not trying to hold you up on that. So tests are really easy, and yeah, you should be able to get through it. So don't worry about it. See, the whole point is we don't want you to. It's not like.
Thank you so much.
We are trying to make you learn. That's all. So learning is always there, even if you.
My motto.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we understood. That's okay. So any other apprehensions, or if?
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you. So if there are no apprehensions, I think we'll all meet at 3. But before half an hour, you'll be getting your link, and let us know if you have. If you have not received, so please put it on the the WhatsApp chat so that we can send you that link. Right? If we have missed out any of the names, right? Okay. Thank you. Let's all meet at 3. And all the best for your test. Thank you.